There's this one verse from the Bhagavad Gita that you hear everywhere. It's this huge cosmic promise that has been repeated for thousands of years. And today we're going to tear it down to see what it's really saying and why it's just as powerful now as it was then. I bet you've heard these words before, right? They're spoken by Lord Krishna, and they carry this incredible sense of assurance. But to really get it, to feel the full weight of it, we need to go deeper than just the sound of the words. We have to unpack all the layers of meaning hiding in there. All right, so here's our game plan. We'll start by setting the scene to get the context. Then, we're going to play linguistic detective and break the verse down piece by piece. After that, we'll dive into the cosmic clash at its heart, look at the incredible promise itself, and finally, we'll see why this ancient idea is, believe it or not, so incredibly relevant today. Okay, first things first. To really understand this, you have to know where and why these words were spoken. Context is absolutely everything here. So, picture this. This is not some calm, philosophical chat in a quiet ashram. This is crisis counseling in the middle of a battlefield. It's from chapter 4 of the Gita. Krishna is talking to Arjuna, this incredible warrior who is just frozen. He's having a full-blown moral meltdown because he has to fight against his own cousins, his own teachers. This verse is dropped right into that moment of intense conflict to give him some clarity and a bigger purpose. So now that we've got the dramatic setting, let's zoom way in. Let's get our hands dirty with the words themselves. To really feel the power of this promise, we have to take it apart, piece by powerful piece. Let's build this up from the ground, shall we? It starts with yada yada, which means whenever. Right away, that tells us this isn't a one-time thing. It's a condition. And what's the condition? Glanir Bhavati, or a decline. In what? In Dharmasya, in righteousness, in the cosmic order. And at the exact same time, you have the Abhyutthanam the rise of unrighteousness. So when those two things happen, what's the cosmic reaction? Tada Atmanam Srijami Aham. Then I myself manifest. And when you stitch it all back together, you get this absolutely profound statement. But don't just think of it as a promise. Think of it more like a law of the cosmos, almost like spiritual physics. A very specific problem, righteousness going down, unrighteousness going up, is guaranteed to trigger a very specific divine solution. To really feel the weight of this promise, we have to understand the two fundamental forces that are clashing here, Dharma and Adharma. Now, Dharma is one of those words that's so much bigger than its simple translation. It's not just doing good deeds. Think of it as the underlying operating system of the universe. It's the principle of balance, of moral order, the very fabric that holds a just and harmonious reality together. So you've got these two forces in this constant cosmic tug of war. On one side, you have Dharma, harmony, order, justice. And on the other, you have its shadow self, Adharma, which is all about chaos, injustice, and all the actions that try to pull that beautiful cosmic order apart. And hey, this isn't just some abstract philosophical idea. The source is pretty clear that a decline of Dharma has real, visible symptoms. It's that feeling you get when injustice seems to be everywhere, when corruption and greed become normal, when the very foundations of law and order feel like they're starting to crack. It's the visible decay of a society. Okay, so we've got the problem. Chaos is winning. Now we get to the really good part. The divine response. The solution. Let's just focus on this one phrase for a second. That Atmanam srijamyaham. This isn't a promise to just, watch from the sidelines and hope for the best. The word Srijami literally means I create or I manifest. This implies a direct, personal, and very active intervention. So this manifestation is a totally purposeful act. It's like the universe's immune system kicking into high gear. It means taking a physical form, an avatar, just like Krishna himself, to physically step into the world and fix things, to set the balance right again. And it's not a one-time thing. It's a recurring cosmic safety valve that goes off whenever Adharma gets too powerful. So, okay. Ancient verse, cosmic laws, avatars, this is all fascinating. But what on earth does it have to do with us, right here, right now, in our world? Well, let's connect the dots. And this is the real question, isn't it? Is this story just about kicking back and waiting for a divine hero to show up and save the day? Or is there a role for us in this epic, ongoing cycle? You know, when we look around today, it doesn't take much imagination to see things that look a lot like a decline of Dharma. The source suggests that things like systemic corruption, deep social and economic divides, widespread injustice, and even environmental destruction, these are all the modern faces of Adharma gaining ground. And this brings us to what might be the most crucial takeaway of all. This promise isn't an excuse for us to be passive. It's a profound call to action. It implies that we aren't just spectators watching this cosmic play. We are active participants. Every single choice we make, every action we take, it's either tipping the scales toward Dharma or toward Adharma. So what does that mean in practical terms? It means the verse is challenging us to be the agents of Dharma in our own lives, to live with integrity, to stand up for justice in our own little corner of the world, to speak out when we see something wrong, to actually work to build a world that's a little more fair, a little more balanced. And this leaves us with a final, really powerful question to chew on. The promise of divine help isn't an excuse for us to do nothing. In fact, maybe it's also a challenge. If the world needs heroes to restore its balance, perhaps the verse is asking us to look not just to the heavens, but also to look in the mirror. Who's going to answer that call?